welcome back to the Quality Cup Life podcast. My name is Imani, and here we talk about how to live a better quality of life for young adults, how to make your own decisions, and how to create the life that you want to live instead of letting other people tell you how to live. So, thank you so much for listening, and let's get into the show. And then, so what I wish that I got out of college that I didn't.
I had one more.
Oh, you did? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll just continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that I wish I knew is bouncing off of, it doesn't guarantee you a job, is for some positions, the low pay. Now, of course, I understand the low pay, because we're new, but come on. You can go on it doesn't matter, Indeed. I can't tell you how many office manager positions that I've seen that pay $10 an hour. There's a lot of, and then they require so much. It'd be like jobs, okay, they want you to have a bachelor's degree. They want you to have 3 years of experience. They want you to have a certificate in this or be familiar with this Adobe whatever, and it pays $12 an hour. And it's a lot of jobs like that.
Who doing all of this for $20,000 a year? Bam.
Yeah.
I mean, and
oh Jesus.
So I was a legal assistant, because I don't share this, for a short period of time, for 7 months, and I ended up leaving there, and then I was trying to get with another law firm a little later on. So I already had experience with with preparing the demand packages and brief client intake and all that. So I had the experience. So and that particular attorney, he knew the attorney that I used to work for, and they had a conversation, and I was a good employee and all of that. So I was a good employee. You heard great things about me. I have my degree in professional writing, because it's writing involved, and I have experience, and I was going to be driving from out of town, and he only wanted to pay me $10 an hour for a few months, and then if things go well, more. I mean, come on.
And then my man had the nerve to say under the table, if you don't get that out of here.
Because it was through a staffing company, but I don't remember how much the lady told me, or if I don't know, but it was through a staffing company, but he wanted to go under the table with it. He was like, let's just, I ain't gonna go into that, but
scummy people.
Basically, it's, of course, I knew that the pay for a lot of jobs wouldn't be as much, because we're new and we have little to no experience, but
come on.
A lot of the times the pay be really low. It's kind of
disrespectful.
Yeah, did I even have to go to college?
Yeah.
I could have just got a certificate or
I think it's crazy how they'll pay you so low, and then they'll add on more responsibilities once you get there. Especially you. But, and then we were talking about this
You too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were talking about this we were talking about this last month, and I had I could because I worked at Amazon, I can understand why some people go out to Amazon, because I knew people. I'm not new.
That was last week. It wasn't last month.
That was last week?
That was last week.
Oh, well, I've met people there who even have their college degrees, and they just would tell me that they didn't necessarily had opportunities worth their time, as in, getting compensated well enough. Mm-hmm. And why would I go somewhere that's paying me $10 an hour, and they add on more responsibilities to that, when I can go to Amazon and probably do the same thing every day for $15 and get my pay raise every 6 months or whatever. And I was seeing why people would stay there. Mm-hmm. So I would actually kind of, not to get too off topic, but I would kind of recommend some people to at least start somewhere like that, because Amazon, if you stay there X amount of time, they'll pay for your college and help you get a degree. And if you don't mind, like me personally, I don't really like mundane stuff like that all day, every day. But if you don't mind that, then you'll probably get paid more and get a degree funded for you, and not have to be worrying about getting paid under the table. So.
Yeah. It's people just be out here trying to get over on you just because you fresh out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't quite understand your value yet, they be trying to.
Yep.
It's sharks in the water. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But so what I wish that I got out of college was kind of like what you were talking about earlier about what happened, or one of y'all talking about like what happens after you get the job, like the day in the life of, like, I mean, I remember, because my major was graphic design in college, I remember watching or looking up graphic design, looking at the day in the life of, but I remember finding one video. It was this black lady with dreads, and she was talking about what her day was like and stuff, but there's like so many different positions for graphic designers. So like that one resource out of like all the different things you can do, I just wish there would have been more resources for that in college. Since you're supposed to be teaching me like the trade of whatever it is, it would be nice so that if I knew what happens afterwards and what the day was going to be like, and what are the managers or overseers or lead whoever, what's going to be like typically their expectations, or just stuff like that, because if you don't know what's normal, what's not, then when you get stuff just thrown at you that's not a part of your job duties, you just think, oh, maybe this is normal because I don't know, which is kind of sucky. And so yeah, there's that. And the other thing was like what you were saying, just basic life skills, and I put taxes, like retirement, talking about that and explaining what that means.
That's a big one.
Outside of just saying 401k, like just throwing that word out there, but can't explain to me what it actually is. Yeah, you got to get you benefits and I'm like, okay, well, what can you tell me? What is a 401k? I don't know. It's like you putting money in something you don't know what it is. No shade, but it's like, it would be nice for them to explain what is it. Productivity things, how to stay productive in work and then also after work, not just so that way you make sure that you manage your life outside of your work, because I don't personally believe that. Well, clearly, in Quality Cup, like, I don't believe that your life, it should be all about work, and after your work day is done, you just kind of, there's nothing else. Yeah, like, I'm not, that doesn't interest me, and I don't think that's helpful. How to, like, enjoy your life outside of work, that's, like, a basic life skill, like, investing in just general finance, money type of things. I think it would be awesome to just have. That could be cool even if it was like a freshman class, like when you first get in college, and then maybe a senior class, like a life skills 1 and then 2 at the end, like at the very end. That'd be pretty cool. Even if it's just the bare basics, that would like really save me, because it helped. I remember one of my professors was a math professor. I can't remember what her name was, but she was so sweet. She did we did this math project, and we were learning about interest and APR and all that stuff, and she was showing us like, if your loan has 12% interest, this is how much you're gonna be paying for a car with 12% interest over 5 years, and then versus paying it off early or paying it off in cash, like as soon as you get it, and then also a house. And she let us pick the house we wanted, the neighborhood. We had the price of the house, like you find a house online on like Zillow or whatever. And then you had to calculate the interest, and like, bro, like I didn't realize if you do a mortgage on a house for 30 years and you paying 10 or whatever percent interest, you're gonna pay like 3 times that house. Then I was like, are you for real? Like, this is crazy. So I really appreciate that. And then I don't know if Spires will ever see this, but he used to ramble on and on, and sometimes most of us would ignore him, but I would listen to him sometimes, and he really tried to help us with not just design type, the business part of design, but just general life skills and stuff. So I appreciate it. I appreciated that. So that's another thing I wish I would have gotten out of college. But I also think, just slide this in here, I think it's also parents need to take responsibility for their kids, because I think sometimes parents just like willingly just give over their, I don't want to say responsibility, but they just give over their responsibility to like college. They just say, oh, go to college, and then that's like all you need to know, instead of sitting down and taking the time to go through, okay, this is what happens with loans. This is what, because you're still a kid. You're 18, but you're a kid. This is what the loans are. This is how much you're going to be paying, okay? This is what's going to happen after college, because they've gotten out of college, or even if they didn't go to college, they've made it past this point. So like just sitting down and talking to you and making sure that you know what you're doing, instead of just letting you go sign up for stuff and do stuff and you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, that was my rant. And then the last question I have for you too is, do you believe you were prepared for the workforce after college? Whoever wants to go first.
You go first.
Well, I feel like I was prepared for college when it came to like, I learned like how to do a cover letter, how to do a resume, how to do a portfolio to help you to stand out more among the amount of people that are applying. And of course, learning like the subject matter, professional writing, like I learned how to write different types of reports and stuff like that. So in that aspect, that's what it prepared me for. But
did you feel like you were prepared, just generally speaking?
In general?
Yeah. Do you feel like you were prepared for the workforce?
No, I was prepared. Yeah, with how to do like cover letter, resume. Okay, get your portfolio together. It just prepares you to. I feel like it prepared me to apply for jobs. Like when I think about it, it prepares you to apply for jobs. And then of course the subject matter, but as far as everything else, I'm trying to think, but yeah, I feel like it just prepared me on how to apply. Is that weird to say?
No, that's
like how to apply. Get your cover letter together, get your resume. If you have a portfolio or other additional things to make you look better, and okay, here's the subject, okay, / like the area, the subject matter.
Okay.
How to apply.
All right, what about you, Big Step?
I think I got one thing that I want to get the good thing out the way first. And I think that it did kind of prepare me for the workforce, but I feel like more effort had to be put in on my end personally while I was in college. Because, I personally feel like that if I would have I wasn't lazy or anything, but I feel like if I put more effort into college while I was in college, certain things would have turned out differently. I ain't gonna dwell too much on that part, but for things that I think it did prepare me for the workforce, I have I feel like while I was in college, they kind of gave us high expectations for like being paid and stuff like that. Like how we were talking about earlier, you just finished college. You wouldn't expect to be paid like $10 an hour, because no disrespect to the food industry or nothing like that.
No, disrespect. Go ahead.
But I didn't go to college to be paid the amount someone being a cashier at McDonald's or something, or
it's disrespect.
Or I could, if I wanted to make $10 an hour, I could have just stayed a dishwasher at Cracker Barrel or something. But that's one thing that I have, being them thinking all your money problems will be solved once you proceed through college. Another thing that I have is,
can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Some of your money problems increased going to college, but let's continue.
This is very true. But I have another one that I wish people on campus and stuff, primarily like professors and other people who are kind of superior to even college and stuff like that. I wish they would have told you to know your worth and to earn and try to earn according to that, because we mentioned that you'll come out of college and people will kind of take advantage of you knowing that you're new to whatever industry or line of work that you're coming into. So I wish that professors would kind of be like, hey, you guys know this, and that. And I believe that you guys are worthy for making X amount of money. So I think that would have been like nice to know, because I feel like a lot of times people are willing to take anything once they get out of college, and I don't think you necessarily have to do that, because you kind of have to. Some people aren't as blessed as we are. Like some people are kind of just like thrown into life, like once they're out of college or once they're out of high school, so they kind of have to figure out stuff like super fast.
Yeah.
So to know what your worth is, to see how much you can actually earn would be good. Yeah. And I have one more thing, and I have not to settle with jobs that you may dislike, because I've known a few people personally who may get a job and they would end up just staying there for X amount of time or forever, and they dislike it, and they just stay there just because they're being compensated and they have bills and stuff to pay for. And I understand that, but I think it kind of relates to what you were talking about earlier, like to try to work on yourself outside of work so you can find other things you would prefer to do.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, you're paid what you believe you're worth.
Yeah.
Like, well, not paid, but you accept what you believe that you're worth. Even if you're worth, I mean, all the stuff that you learn in college, and especially if you get decent at, like, the craft of whatever it is you study, you're actually worth more than $10 an hour, but but so a lot of times if you don't know your worth, you'll accept, you'll just accept it. Whatever people throw at, and that could go for not just pay, but that could be relationships, that could be whatever. I mean, if you don't value yourself, and that's another thing that I think should be taught in like the life skills classes, is how to increase your self-worth, because that's a real issue.
Yeah,
it's a real issue. It's a real issue. And then the thing about some people being thrown into life, I have one of my old friends, shout out Jalen. She got thrown out at, like, I think she said like the day she graduated high school. They was like, "Oh, you got to get out." And I was just like, "What in the what? Who does that?" So yeah, so it's hard out here.
And I have kind of one more thing I want to add to one of those, and I think that I feel like some employers are kind of like boost up the job more than it actually is, because I feel like
Ooh, I can relate.
They be giving them fancy titles and
because I feel like that if you have like a concept of what you're doing, you can come on and pretty much kind of learn quickly. And some people may be like, well, they don't have time to be training people and whatever, such and such and such. But I was like, well, I just spent 4 years learning, and I had to learn within X amount of weeks to take X tests or do whatever project. So I'm sure if you getting paid whatever it is you're being paid, and if you have an idea of what you're doing, you can learn quick enough. But I think that they kind of just boost it up too much. Like thinking it's going to be, not to say things aren't going to be difficult, but they make it think that, well, you have to be studying for 3-5 years. And I'll be like, man, I can learn this in like a month.
Yeah.
And I'll be all right. So.
And even, this is like kind of the opposite of what you're saying, but some places act like you kind of mentioned this, act like they don't want to train you. And that's disrespectful, because it's just like everybody's process it's different in some way. So I'm not gonna just walk in and know your process. I need you to train me. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. How you want me to come in here and do a job for you, but you don't want to show me what it is that you want me to do? Like, you know what I mean? And how you want it. That doesn't make any sense. You want me to just come in here and just be moving stuff and there's a certain way you do things? Yeah. Stupid.
And like, that's weird because, like, the way you may have learned whatever the job is in college may not necessarily correlate exactly the way they do it in that particular job. Yeah. So I think that is super important because some people may think you should just dive straight into, because even the most professional people, most highest paid jobs, like once someone like gets to that level, they still train that person about how their establishment is operated, and they may use different programs or different software, or I'm sure that if you were to go to a different law firm, it'll be possibly completely different from the one that you worked at previously.
The case management system might be different. I mean, the phone system might be different. It's like they want you to be Superman. Like, as soon as you're coming in here, but not you don't want to give me super
status.
Pay. Get that out of here.
Yeah. No, you can mention anything that you.
Did I feel like I was prepared for the workforce? No. No. Some things were helpful. But just generally speaking, do I think I was prepared? No. And I don't think that, I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm just saying because of that, I'm saying don't expect to go to college and then come out, and you're like, I know everything.
Like, this
we're all
degree
good.
is going to have me.
My dreams will come true.
My dreams are going to come true.
Like, no. I think the only way you'll be really prepared for the workforce is to make sure that you prepare yourself for the workforce. And also, like you were talking about community and environment, making sure that your community and your environment is going to help you, is going to germinate you. Anyway, going to help you grow in that, like, it's the best environment for that.
And seeking additional resources.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot after.
Yeah, especially like now, when we first started college, there were resources, but there wasn't nearly as many resources as there are now. I mean, you can, if you even say something about something, your phone is listening, the government, whoever is listening, the next thing you know, you open your phone, it's gonna pop up.
The ads and stuff.
Come on. Instagram, whoever, Facebook, they are all listening. So, like, there's so many resources now.
The social dilemma.
Yeah. So, and I think that people should stop prescribing college as the end all be all savior of your future and your finances and your happiness. And it's gonna and I think they should also stop the cap on just go to college, like, and act like any degree goes, like, cap, no, because every degree isn't gonna get you to whatever you think you want to get to. Like, you need to, if you don't know what you want to study, I think one of the important things to do is we were talking about this last week or the week before, whatever, is to figure out. You can start with, if I don't know what I want to do, okay, how much money do I want to make? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? Do I know where I want to live? And at least if you can figure out what a price range is for that, then you can look at the fields of study and see what could take you there and what could take you there that you would actually enjoy.
Yeah, and also like knowing what your degree is capable of.
Yeah.
Because earlier you mentioned how your graphic design major degree spans like so far, as in like
it's
you
like
can.
A tree.
Yeah, like there's like so many jobs you could do, but I think that's super important. Like knowing what's possible out that stems from your degree.
Yeah.
Instead of just pick something that you really like.
Yeah. It's like, that's cool. There's like a gazillion ways to do what you really like outside of that. Like for a hobby or something, or if it's something that you really like, figure out how to monetize it, because you can monetize darn near anything. So, yeah. do that. Yeah, because I really admire one of my brothers. He like his name is Hunter. Hi Hunter, if you're watching this ever. But one thing I admire about him is he thought about what he was gonna make after this. Like, if I become this medical professor, I'm gonna make this. And I think that's good to think about, because you need to know. Because if you study something, no shade, but if you study something like history, I don't know what the projectile, I don't think that's the right word, but what the projected income is. Like, I don't know what that is. So just think about those things, and then also look up other ways to do it without college. If you don't think that you'll be interested in college, you don't really want to do that, go see what other resources that you have. And like nowadays, we're in the information age. There's literally no excuse. You can find anything. You can Google it, YouTube it, Instagram it, TikTok it. You can just say it in your phone. Your phone's listening. It'll pull it up for you. Like nowadays, there's kind of like, not too many loopholes out.
And that's also another reason why there's like more and more younger people that are not going to college. Like they're starting their own businesses and stuff, or they may go to college, but they have their own side business and hustles and stuff going on. Because people are realizing.
And they're doing way better.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They be making a lot of money. Like becoming millionaires and making six figures doing these side businesses and stuff. Compared to some of us degree holders that, they want to pay you,
15.
And they make and they make it seem as though college is like you kind of like won the race of life after that. Yeah. And I think like the most important thing after college is to just stay a student. Like not just like in relation to your career, but in relation to things you want to do generally. Because not to say you have to monetize everything, but you could monetize it if you wanted to. Like just keep learning about hobbies you may like. Keep learning about your career. Learn about yourself. Just stay a student after college is the most important thing.
That's good.
One of the most important things to me, at least.
Stay a student. I like that.
Yeah, look at you.
I
think honestly, one of the most important things is to wrap this whole thing up. Is to make sure that you're learning more about yourself and you pouring into your own self, your cup for like, because if you don't learn about yourself and how you operate and what makes you tick, like, man, people will run over you and have you doing, run over you, but just have you doing all kind of stuff and accepting all kind of things when you are just have the natural God-given right to be worthy of so much more, but you just don't know that yet. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you got to make sure you look into yourself and who are you and what are your gifts, like what's your personality, all those things. Yeah, because I mean career is cool, like, but I think that's why so many people are like succeeding career-wise, but like their life generally sucks. Like they're not doing well like in their body, their mental health is kind of wherever their relationships are, dying. So I can't think of a better word than that. So yeah, but thank you too so much for joining.
I want to add one more thing just to wrap it up. I definitely don't regret going to college. I'm very happy that I did because it really just, reinstated or reinforced my passion. And because I got my degree, that helped me to get the jobs that I have had, and my first full-time job, I got paid more compared to a previous person that had the experience. So it has helped me. It definitely has been beneficial because it's a big part of why I have my job that's outside of writing now. So I definitely don't regret it. It's just these are just extra things that we learned.
Yeah, and good things to think about.
And just things to think about.
Yeah, I think none of us here necessarily hated college. We just had our everybody has their few prior disagreements, but I also enjoyed my time during college as well.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
It was good, yeah.
Same. Basically, whatever it is you do, is what you make it. So make sure that you make it and don't let other people think it's made for you. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching, listening. Share it if you like it. Oh, it's dying.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait. Nope. I'm gonna finish this.
outro.
All right. So thank you so much for watching on YouTube if you're watching it and listening to it. Like it, subscribe, share it, all the things, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. Thank you.